Narration script, Powers, Part 3. And now we reach the final layer of Zerino Norplex's power, the abilities that push him into true supremacy. At the absolute peak of his forbidden arsenal exist abilities that make him fundamentally unbeatable. The first is the Apex Nullification Singularity. This ability makes Zerino the living embodiment of that which cannot be surpassed. Any power, law, narrative, transcendence layer, or entity that tries to go above him instantly becomes part of him instead. It gets absorbed and nullified. The Apex Nullification Singularity has no upper limit, because it is the very concept of having no upper limit made manifest. The second ultimate ability is the Sovereign Zero Decree. This ability makes Zerino the origin and end of all power. He becomes the source of every power that exists or will ever exist. If anyone uses any kind of power against him, that power is revealed to have always belonged to Zerino. It stops working for them and immediately starts working for him instead. He can simply declare, "No power exists above mine," and it becomes an absolute truth that cannot be overwritten by anyone. The third ability is Eternal Apex Dominion. This ability makes Zerino the eternal, unchanging peak of all existence. He becomes completely immune to any form of change, negation, absorption, or rewriting, even from his own Apex Nullification Singularity or Sovereign Zero Decree. No matter how many layers anyone ascends or how many times they try to rewrite him out of existence, he remains permanently at the absolute top. Any attempt to affect his supremacy instead strengthens him infinitely. The fourth ability is Narrative Anchor Supremacy. Zerino becomes the one true anchor of all narratives. No matter how high anyone ascends through narrative layers, Zerino exists as the final, unchangeable foundation. Any attempt to transcend him causes their entire narrative stack to collapse into him, erasing them from all layers permanently. The fifth ability is Absolute Origin Nullifier. This ability makes Zerino the sole origin of all power, authorship, and narrative control. He can declare that any being's existence or creative authority never had permission to exist, instantly stripping and erasing them from reality. And finally, the ultimate ability, Transcendent Origin Void. Zerino becomes the singular, absolute origin and final void of all narratives, creations, and concepts. Any being that tries to ascend, rewrite, or exist beyond him is instantly revealed to have never truly existed outside of his own will. Their entire existence, every layer, every story, every act of authorship, collapses back into him and gets permanently erased. He doesn't just absorb their power, he retroactively makes it so they were never real to begin with, while his supremacy remains the only truth that ever existed. Perpetual Narrative Ascension. This power lets him constantly transcend any narrative layer, story, or concept that tries to define, contain, or surpass him. Every time something tries to go above him, he automatically rises one level higher, and then keeps climbing forever beyond that. Absolute Narrative Primacy. This power makes him the fundamental anchor of all narratives. He is the unchanging source that every story and transcendence comes from. Any attempt to go above him automatically collapses back into him, because there is nothing beyond him. When all of these abilities combine with his Omniplex eyes, the reality book, Sovereign Weapon Grid, Raios True Form, and all his other broken powers, Zerino Norpllex doesn't just win, he makes the very idea of competition meaningless. Even if every character, every god, every concept, and every story ever created tried to challenge him, they would only end up becoming another part of his endless supremacy. This is not just power, this is divinity at its peak. This are some of the true powers of Zerino Norpllex.